listen to the voice of reason.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
but
have
listen,
to.
we've been in the music business from a Jamaica perspective for what, 72, 73 years. It may seem like a long time for some people, but it's not a long time. You know,
No, that's true.
it's a very short period of time. And so, Mikey, you made the point about the sound system. The whole sound system and its development is not any different from how the music industry, if you want to call it that, has developed over the years. There's no policy that spoke to music per se in Jamaica. And policy, which means that people will come and put investment into the music. People will come and you give people the kind of tax incentives. So you win the lotto and you have a $600 million, and if you come with it and put half it in the business, music business in Jamaica, how much tax breaks you're gonna get, how much year tax holiday you're gonna get. That's what policy does. And what it also does is that it opens the door so you can make all of these connections. We have Carimac, we have UTech, we have
Edna Manley School of Performing
Edna
Arts.
Manley School, and so on. And all of these institutions have different music programs or music business programs and so on. But policy allows you to link all of these. And so employers, creative people can pull from these institutions. That's
Yeah.
what I'm expecting to see when we talk about, the value of Jamaican music, the industry to the economy. Because
Let me add here, right?
yes.
Without the sound system, there would be no music industry, Because the sound system, when you think about the early pioneers of the music business that we have, it was sound system operators, and they went into it for a selfish reason. It wasn't about it, a short-sighted reason. My research showed that they didn't go into it because they figure, listen, I want to get into music business and start that thing. Every sound system man, every selector wanted to be able to play a song that nobody else could play. That is the nature of our Jamaican music thing. So most of these recordings were started for that particular reason. So I want a song.
One-upmanship.
Exactly. And so it sort of has defined our music industry over the past couple of things. So in the early days, you had few producers, lots of artists. Now, with everything turned on now, we have many producers and very few artists. So you see that like a quality assurance that was built into the situation, where a man can spend, few men spending them money. Like one of the conversations I had with Cox, him said, boy, Mr. B, I don't think I could do it like you today, Him say, when I looked it out under my mango tree, it's pure singers, I mean, him start to call it, think about who him saw. Apart from Bob Marley, there was Dennis Brown, there was Delroy Wilson, there was
Sandy.
There was, in other words, so there was not a shortage of
Talent.
the best vocal talent. So all that talent, that pool of talent was shared by probably about 4 or 5 main producers. What has happened over the years now, and because of certain things, we find ourselves now at and this our studio population, studio in quotation, because you have studios, big studios, you have studio my size, and then but the average by a couple 100%. So one time it was like about 50 odd students. Now it's a couple thousand students. And what we call, because of technology now, like a microphone, a computer, a software, hardware, software, and people producing stuff. The problem is the quality assurance. In other words, anybody can just take something now, don't have no sonic experience, don't know how a kick drum supposed to sound, don't know whether something is starting, don't know what kind of bleed, don't know the industry, the broadcasting standards for that the wave sign, and then just put something. So when you go on the internet now, you have to sift through so much rubbish to even get to some average songs, and then you go to another pile of average songs to get to a good song. So the real exceptional song is hard, but because there's no investment. When I used to produce, so we used to work as a scarper during the week. When it's come time to put out song now, because the budget is limited, and so boy, I have to go buy the stamp and label and all and thing and press some record. You pick out the very best 3 or 4 songs that you do for the month, and you put that out, and hope if you get a hit then or something happens sell, then you can do some more. And so you really kind of even internally put your thing through this hard test. No, that is not as good as that. And you sit down with a committee and everybody decides, yeah man, then 3 or 4 songs. If Dennis Brown did pass and do a song for you, you know so that can sell, so that gone. But those of us who are working with young artists, and the young artists kind of got an appreciation for the fact that, yeah, next time the song have to come a little better. The song have to look better than it, because the object was to get that to the point where it was being released. Now everything is honest, everything is there. It has probably do some good, but I think it has done more harm than good. The fact that we don't have that built-in quality assurance thing to say, listen, the gatekeepers only letting in the very best right now. You know what I mean? So it has harmed, it has done a disservice to any song that we hear in the American top 10 charts has gone through a serious level of scrutiny, and the valuation. I mean, we're going to cost $150,000 US to promote this. Is this worth it? Can we make money? And unless somebody figures that, yes, this can work, and they go out and they do all the test marketing and say to Linky, what do you think about this? A single? No, I don't feel that. And based on that, so them spend that $10,000 to get this thing and prevent them from spending $300,000 now. So it's still that kind of economic
advanced
reality.
Promotional copies to DJs, record pools, so you get a feedback as to what
when you see how the process works, it's a right. So the average when American kid get a song released by a record company, it's a major thing. We in Jamaica have a little advantage because we're ethnic, and the reason why we have this advantage is that for a little investment, record companies have managed to sell million things, or gold records. I remember one time I was talking to Vivian Scott about a Shabba situation, because she was, and Janet Jackson's album had gone, probably sold a million. And she said, we're going to make much more money off the Shabba record than them going to make off the Janet Jackson, because it can cost them so much more money just for Janet Jackson's wardrobe to do a video. So that them kind of things that went into the whole
marketing
algorithms then. That is why the record companies are always open to listen here, which Jamaican song can cross over, because it not going to cost us too much money. And other thing about it, our diaspora is the biggest promotional weapon of any record company. Because when we hear something that we love, because you share it in every car, drive through Brooklyn, or in the Bronx, or anywhere. Jamaicans have this way of anything that happen good, them share it and them expose them friends and them thing to it. So we're in a situation. But what is missing from our thing right now? 2 things. The fact that we never had this kind of, we weren't always look like cricket. It's the same thing like cricket. We weren't always looking out for the next young star. We have Walsh, and is my best friend and everybody. But nobody should be in the West Indies team for so long. Think about it. The only one thing that save our track team is that every time champs coming up, our team coming up,
a cadre of young
you have to go defend it. You have to go defend the fact you defend your time thing to go to the Olympics or the world thing. So track and field is probably the best template for looking at the music industry. How we could have fixed it, how we could have fixed it, how we could have, what we need to. Somebody mentioned something about what the kind of institutions we need to put in place and things. And the investment in it, you know what I mean? One time I said to Gusty and German and couple, I say if a couple of we ever get together, and each of us come with a couple million, few million, and we hire somebody, a business person for run the company, we don't make so much more money. But that is not the nature of our business. Our business is, although it's my virgin, no man, never bother to now, we are compete. And then the question of trust. Yeah, so we employ man who's tuning them are gonna put out, we are so independent in everything in the nature and things. But that is what brought us to this point. Maybe it work or maybe it won't work, but I mean, the world is a different place now because all of the, you know, the major record labels is thing at the past.
Hi there. If you enjoyed that clip, go on over to our website at yawdmedia.com where you can watch the entire broadcast at your leisure. And while you're there, why don't you check out our other reggae music features? And before you leave, pick up some of our Jamaican reggae merchandise, and hey, don't forget to tell your friends.
My name is Garth, otherwise known as Big G.
My name is Richie Blackford.